Yo guys, this is Orbit here, TGN. In this video we're going to be going over a 2014 current earth tanking loadout which I'm using at the moment. If you've got 10 minutes out of your time and you want to learn about earth tanking, please stay tuned until the end of the video because I'm going to go through everything. Loadouts, what I'm spec'd into, my skill points, my stats, my gear, my mods, tactical mods, everything we're going to go through, and this is what I use for my armories. So when I pop the armories, bam, I'm straight into this spec. So do take your time watching the video and you'll learn an awful lot, trust me, if you don't know anything about Earth. So let's go through, we'll start with gear. Let's start through my gear. Okay, so weapon. Now a lot of people ask me, what's the best weapon for tanking? What's the best weapon for this? What's the best weapon for that? Okay, so my answer to that is there isn't necessarily a best weapon. However, for tanking, you want a weapon which is good for knocking people in the air, knocking them back, that kind of stuff. Two-handed works really well for that. Boom, you can knock them up into the air, knock them back, and that kind of stuff. Bam, you can keep them off their feet, and when they're off their feet, they are doing less damage. Brawling is another good one for tanking. There's a few different weapons that will knock them up into the air. Switch on your weapons, come to the sparring target, and go through your combos and see which one knocks them into the air, and I'd run with that one. But ultimately it doesn't matter too much because you're gaining aggro with powers, and you're pulling with powers. That's what's gaining you the aggro, not anything to do with what your weapon is. But it is handy to get them to be knocked up into the air. And I'm using the absorption adapter tactical mod. In my head I'm using dominance and precision expert. In my neck I'm using fortified blocking. This is a must. Your block ability adds 7,400 defense and toughness. Blocking may also prevent up to 80% of incoming damage. You know, no brainer on that one. You actually feel a huge difference if you don't. I know for a fact when I have not got this on or it's run out, it's like I'm getting hit hard here. Check my neck. Fortified blocking's run out, get that back on. Then we've got my back dominance, plain dominance and breakout protection. Gain 700 defense on a breakout. Dominance and power and quick healing. Gain additional 10% healing. Dominance and power, plain dominance in my rings, both rings, plain dominance. Then we've got dominance again in blue sockets and deadly block. Then we've got dominance and dominance and health and regenerative shielding. Now I've got dominance and health in this one and dominance in the rest of my ones. Yes, I see these as like a kind of little bonus, so it doesn't matter too much. I had a spare dom and health, so I just whacked it in. You won't see much of a difference if this was plain dom, if this was plain health, or if this was dom and health. And then we've got dom and precision, and yeah, that's it. Now utility belt, I'm using supply drop, sidekick, Boo Jr. Bam, 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 bam. Pets are really good. Boo Jr. is not available at the moment. It's a Halloween specific thing, but this is really good. It applies a shield quite quickly, and the actual trinket itself comes off cooldown quite quickly. So Boo Jr. is a thumbs up for me. Then we've got stats. I'm just going to go over the main ones quick. 9,425 health, 9,719 defense. 1955 restoration. Restoration helps with your shields, guys, if you didn't know already. Hard light shield in this case. Then we are using 2,106 dominance. Now dominance is very, very important as an earth tank. When you use your powers, which you'll be using all the time to gain aggro, to pull, that dominance gets stacked and added to your defense. So I'm not very good at maths. You're sitting on about then nearly 1,300 defense with a 2,106 and 9,719 defense. So nearly 13,000 defense when you're using your powers. Let me just test that actually, and we can see exactly how much it is. There's a power thrown out. Oh, okay, there you go. My maths is terrible. 11,000, nearly 12,000. Not nearly 13, nearly 12,000. So it gets added on. So get high dominance is what I'm saying. Okay, let's move across. Okay, here is the first tree. I've just got earth and grip, that's it. Then the seismic tree, I've got across to get epicenter, down to get jackhammer, across to get unstoppable. And the iconic tree, we've got hard light shield, we've got the healing one, we've got these two, and the two defense ones here. skill points. Don't normally go over my skill points, let's do it. Here is the speed tree. I've gone across for phase dodge, and I do use phase dodge in my loadout. However, I'm going to give you alternatives if you are flight or acrobatics, which you can use in that place. Okay, here's the weapon. Bam. Health and dominance, specking into. Down here, defense and health. Brawl in, dominance and health. Restoration, defense, health and dominance. Dominance, restoration, defense and health. Health, dominance. Restoration, dominance. That's not dominance. Defense and health. Health, healing, dominance. Health, dominance. Restoration, health, dominance. Dominance, defense, health, healing. So you can kind of see what I'm spec'd into with my skill points for tanking. Okay, loadout. I'm using Gemstone Shield. Gemstone Shield is really good shield. It's usable while controlled. When you apply the shield, you'll get 25% damage absorption without aftershocking it. Now, you've actually got 50% because every time you use any of these powers, you gain 25% damage absorption. So 25 plus the 25 shield is 50%. Yay! My maths isn't as good as you think, as bad as you think, sorry. Now, when you do one aftershock, you'll actually get a 67% damage absorption. When you do it twice, aftershock it twice, you'll get 83%, I think. And when you do it all 3 times, you'll get 100% damage absorption, and no damage will come in until either the timer's up or the shield has been broken. So, I like to use that when I've been knocked onto my ground, because there's nothing else to pop you back onto your feet. I'll talk to you a bit more about that in a minute. Then we've got Epicenter and AoE pull. Hard light shield, nice and easy. Phase dodge, use this to clip with. It is getting nerfed to 15-second cooldown. I'm going to talk to you a bit about that in a second. We have Jackhammer, which is another move you can use to get damage absorption. This has a shorter cooldown, so this is going to be your main one to gain damage absorption. And then we've got Unstoppable, which is an AoE knockback and that kind of stuff. Let's actually show you before we go through. So we've got Gemstone Shield, which is my shield. Keep tapping the melee, and that will aftershock it. Remember, it goes up 50%, 67, 83, 100%. Boom, boom. Oh, fucked up. Tried to do it slow to show you guys, but there's there's one aftershock because it's the power plus 1. You'll have 4 when you've aftershocked it all the way around. Show you that in a second again. Then we've got Epicenter. That's pretty simple. You know, it's an AoE pull, quite quick cooldown, and that kind of stuff. And then we've got Hard Light Shield. I never normally just pop my shield alone. I like to clip it with Epicenter, like that. So pull them in, and you've got your shield ready to go. Next one's Phase Dodge. Talk to you about Phase Dodge in a second. Bam. Okay, then we've got Jackhammer. Jackhammer, when you aftershock it, you will gain 25% damage absorption. Now, I originally thought that it was progressive damage absorption until someone commented on one of my videos and said, no, you just need the one aftershock. So I tested it out, and yeah, you're absolutely right, you just need the one aftershock, so you don't need to keep going boom, 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 to gain your aftershock. You can just do it twice, hit the floor twice. Let me show you that. Boom, boom, and you've still got the 25% damage absorption. So that's really good. It is handy though to keep hitting the floor because it extends the damage absorption. When you do it, you've got 25% damage absorption for 12 seconds, and that's from your last hit. So for example, if I knock him onto the ground, boom, and then do it, it's 12 seconds from my last punch. So when he gets up onto his feet, I've got a fresh 12 seconds to work with. And my last one is Unstoppable. It's a knockback. Sometimes it gives you immunity as well, and up to three players. It's really good to knock them back and that kind of stuff. You know, keep the damage off of you. Sometimes you don't want to use it though because you want all the ads in. But sometimes you're taking too much damage, and you can pop that, throw them away, and you know, take a soda, have a breather, whatever you need to do. And my last one, which I haven't talked about, is Phase Dodge. Okay, Phase Dodge kind of does that.
I don't just stand there in that. I always use it for clipping though, even though it's getting nerfed to 15 seconds. And I'll use that to spawn my pets, because if you see when I spawn my pets, that's really slow to be getting smashed around with. So that's all you need. Oh, missed it. There we go. And then your pets down. And you're only going to be spawning your pets and thing every 15 seconds anyway. Cycle them round. And your phase dodge is actually quite useful in your loadout. If you are not using phase dodge, because you're flight, because you're acrobatics, there's alternatives you can do. Now I use epicenter, but I switch. Sometimes I use earth and grip. Boom, it's easy to just quickly open your menu and switch that out. Or I might use stone for a single target aggro. But I mainly use epicenter. However, if you are a different movement mode, you can actually have 2 pulling movements. Okay, so it's just a little bit easier to control your targets, because you've got the two pulling. If someone's over there, you know, pull them over, pull them all in. You've got more control over your targets. And there's the shield that the Boo Juniors just put me on. Okay, and I think that's about it. I think I've covered everything. Yeah, maybe. Okay, well, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and like, comment, subscribe.